Something strange, eerie, and deeply unsettling is stirring in the ocean's depths. Over the past few years, we've been witnessing an unprecedented exodus. Millions, perhaps billions, of deep-sea creatures abandoning their dark hidden worlds and drifting toward the surface. Some even reach the shore lifeless. Why now? What could force creatures evolved for crushing depths and eternal darkness to come into the light, even at the cost of their own survival? A few months ago, around 150 killer whales were spotted together near Tasmania, that remote island off Australia. These apex predators, used to ruling the deep, were clearly terrified. Some had already died and others were so panicked they refused to return to the water even when gently urged. What could scare a being that thrives in underwater canyons? Then came an even stranger incident on India's east coast, in Odisha. Over 700,000 sea turtles appeared on the beaches. These weren't the usual coastal turtles, but deep-sea species that call the waters near Mexico, some 150 meters below the surface, their home. That's a staggering journey of almost 9,000 kilometers. Why would they travel so far into unfamiliar hostile territory? Not long after, in Kerala on India's southwestern coast, thousands of fish washed ashore, gasping and dying just feet from where they should have found refuge in deeper waters. And then that haunting video from Mexico, the one showing a 6-meter-long fish with rubbery, glowing skin stranded on the beach, illuminated by flashlights. This creature was a deep-sea giant, one that almost never ventures near the surface, yet there it was, dead in the glare of sunlight, where even the faintest ray reached it at last. From Australia to Mexico, and from India to Japan, deep-sea species are turning up in places they should never be found. Oarfish, anglerfish, and other rare sea creatures have appeared at the surface or on beaches, and their strange appearances are stirring memories of ancient legends that claim these sightings foreshadowed doom. Could it be mythical monsters like Leviathan rising from the deep, or is there, something even more chilling and real unfolding? The oarfish has earned itself a reputation as the messenger from the abyss. These immense, ribbon-shaped fish, often reaching lengths of up to 11 meters, lurk in eternal darkness thousands of feet below the surface. For centuries, mariners whispered that spotting an oarfish signaled approaching disaster. Storms, earthquakes, tsunamis, tales abound. Icelandic fishermen from the 15th century spoke of a glowing creature with eyes like stars. Days later, a monstrous storm sank ships and drowned sailors. In 1855, shimmering oarfish washed up in Tokyo Bay just before a devastating quake struck. Most chilling of all, just before the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami in Japan, dozens of oarfish appeared on beaches, and within days the quake claimed 20,000 lives, displaced over 1 million people, and caused nearly $230 billion in damage. In Japan today, many still believe that if oarfish rise, the sea god grows angry. Could those ancient omens be echoed today? The world is now seeing deep-sea creatures washing ashore across continents in numbers never seen before. Perhaps just maybe the ocean is beginning to sound its alarm. Yet alongside these myths stand scientific truths about what is happening beneath the waves. Our planet's oceans are being racked by heat, pollution, acid, and disruption. Creatures adapted to freezing temperatures and crushing depths increasingly find their homes uninhabitable. Sunlight only penetrates the top 200 meters of the ocean. Below lies the midnight zone, where cold water and pressure shape every aspect of life. But as greenhouse gas-driven warming heats surface waters, that heat gradually sinks. Oxygen, which doesn't easily move from warm to cold water, becomes scarce in the depths, stressing marine life. With the water warmer, oxygen lower, carbon dioxide coming up, the ocean becomes more acidic, slowly dissolving shells and skeletons. These creatures either rise to find breathable conditions, or perish in confusion and pain. Plastic waste adds another layer of doom. Estimates suggest humans dump around 12 million tons of plastic into the ocean each year. Microplastics sink, accumulating in deep-sea ecosystems and poisoning marine life at every level. Creatures ingesting them carry toxic chemicals in their bodies. Some die slowly as poison builds, others die suddenly. Many of those who wash ashore bear marks of plastic consumption, tiny fragments in their stomachs, livers, tissues. Worse still, industries are opening new frontiers beneath the waves. Deep-sea mining targets mineral-rich deposits, nickel, cobalt, manganese, copper, formed over millions of years from the remains of plankton and microorganisms on the sea floor. When hoisted, these sediments form massive plumes that smother life and destroy fragile habitats. Oil and gas extraction spews heavy metals, chemicals, and noise pollution into the water. It's an assault on ecosystems that took eons to build. For the creatures living there is no pushed shelf to move to. They either surface or die. And then there's Earth itself. The ocean floor is, well, restless. Tectonic plates shift silently beneath the waves, triggering tremors and earthquakes. Those shocks travel through water, sensed instinctively by marine animals attuned to the pressure. When the seabed shivers, they ascend in fear to shallower water. Often they return to silence once the ocean calms, but sometimes the tremor is a portent of something far more destructive. All this isn't just ocean pain, it's planetary alarm. When the ocean systems unravel, ours follow. Our climate, economy, food security, global stability, everything depends on healthy seas. When fish disappear, food chains collapse. When oxygen drops, biodiversity plummets. As typhoons and hurricanes draw energy from warm shells of surface water, their fury intensifies, bringing ruin to coastal communities. Melting glaciers and uneven warming could tweak tectonic stress, increasing seismic risk. Fish stock losses mean hunger for millions. When disaster comes, we all feel the wave. But before we drift into despair, know this: hope remains. Turning back begins with recognizing the message. Reducing carbon emissions by switching to renewable energy and reforesting lands can cool oceans. Phasing out single-use plastics and moving toward a circular economy can clean waters. Halting deep-sea mining until regulations protect ecosystems could give the seafloor a chance to breathe again. Expanding ocean sanctuaries, especially in deep-sea zones, can provide safe havens for creatures still adapting. Enhancing seismic monitoring in vulnerable seabed regions gives early warnings for both earthquake and tsunami risks. If we listen to the deep, the creatures reaching the surface aren't harbingers of vengeance, but messengers begging for attention. Some might look to ancient myths for answers, envisioning Leviathan stirred awake by human recklessness. The monster may be imaginary, but the message is real. When the abyss is disturbed, chaos may follow. The turning point is now. We can continue ignoring the signs, watching as systems unravel, disasters magnify, and myth turns to reality. Or we can change direction. It's not about fighting dragons, it's about healing oceans. It's not about reversing the past centuries of damage overnight, it's about starting today to ensure our oceans, our planet, and ourselves have a future. If the voices of those deep-sea creatures could speak, they would likely ask, "Why did you wait so long to answer? Why did you wait until we washed ashore in desperation? Let us prove that we can act differently, listen better, and tread more gently on this planet that is our one fragile home."